morning, ladies. Welcome to our update Zoom class. Thanks for coming. We're going to start today with some hip external internal rotation, right, for our warm-up, dynamic warm-up. So the knee's going to come up.
The next workout will
go
be
back
in 60 seconds.
And then
Please proceed
forward,
to station.
okay? So warming up those hips, back and forward. Great. Out, there's your external rotation, and in. Good. Out and in. Nice. All right, we're going to switch sides. Knee comes up in front, stepping out and in. Good. So hip flexors, muscles that tend to be shortened throughout the day. Really important to keep those mobile. Keep them stretched out to ward off any back pain. Out and in. We'll do two more on this side. Up and out. And in. One more. Out and in. Great. All right, we're going to add a circle to that, alternating. So you're going to step out, and you're going to step out with the other leg, and then you're going to circle, circle. So we are opening up the hips, step, step, and then opening up the chest with that circle. Big circle. Great. Big step, big step, big circle, big circle. Next, two muscle groups tend to be shortened throughout the day with rounding that we do, sitting on the computer, driving the car. Really important to keep those opened up. Step, step,
Stop, exercise.
circle, circle. Great. We're going to move to a step back chest opener. Balance required or tested on this. You're going to step back and open up that chest. All right, when you step back, feet are facing forward so you feel that nice calf stretch.
Begin
Also a little
set
bit of hip flexor stretch. And again, opening up that chest. Excellent. So you should feel that calf as you push that back heel down. And we're breathing, getting into that cycle of breathing. Stepping back, opening up the chest, feeling that nice stretch. Alternating. Great. Opening up the chest. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Nice. Step back. Good. Great. Opening up that chest.
Stop, exercise.
Breathing throughout. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go to a high row. So palms are going to face down. We're going to roll back like this. Hands and elbows are even. And while we're doing that, we're going to add a little booty kick
Begin
here.
set 3.
So on that high row, activating those rear delts or back of the shoulder. And on that booty kick, you have that dynamic quad stretch hamstring activation. Great. And starting to hopefully get that heart rate up a little bit. Nice. Shoulders are down, chest stays up. Breathing. Excellent.
Stop, exercise.
Continuing through. So we want to keep that heart rate up, get you all warmed up for our strength training. Nice, ladies. Shoulders are down, elbows are up. All right, we're going to go into a squat
Begin
jack.
set 4.
Kind of a modified jumping jack. Crossing the arms in front, lifting that leg if you can. Hips back. We are going to start with some wall push-ups today. So find a wall or a counter or kitchen island for this. You can do a push-up on a bench if you want to make it more challenging. If you've got a bench, fixed bench. Here we go, hips back, boom. And we're going to do as many reps as possible or AMRAP. So I want you to think about doing 40 to 50 push-ups if you can.
Stop,
Whatever
exercise.
you can do.
Switch to the next station.
I'm going to flip this back here and use my handy dandy bar. Unfortunately, my back won't be to you. I apologize for that. All right, so going for reps, hands are going to be outside the body. Plank position, abs and glutes nice and tight.
Begin set.
All right, as many reps as you can do, all right? Getting that full range of motion if you can. Your glutes are nice and tight. Abs are engaged. And if you have a shoulder issue and you need to keep this high, you limit that range of motion. Make sure you're exhaling as you push away. Head and neck in that neutral position. Nice. Are you counting, ladies? Hopefully you've got at least 20 now. 15 to 20. Continuing through chest and triceps.
Exercise.
Doing the bulk of the work here. Only taking a break if you need it, but I have a feeling most of you should be able to go right through here. Again, as many reps as possible. Keeping that nice plank position.
Begin
Excellent.
set 2.
Woo! Well done, ladies. Keep it going. Can we double what you just did? 40 to 50 if you can. Continuous motion. Hopefully you're feeling that chest and triceps start to fatigue a little bit. Coming up on that break. Abs and glutes, stay nice and engaged.
Stop. Exercise.
Nice, take a break, shake those wrists out, well done. All right, for the next 2 sets, we're gonna slow it down, bring the hands a little closer together, do more of a triceps push-up with a hold at the bottom. I will demonstrate that. So hands are gonna be at this,
Begin set 3.
feeding with this thing here. All right, hands a little closer together now, and you're gonna slowly lower, hold, and slowly come up, okay? Now, elbows are staying in on this. I want you to exhale as you push away. Still keeping that plank position. And now remember, the position of your feet is going to determine that level of difficulty. So if you're having a hard time, it's getting too challenging, you're going to bring those feet in a little bit. Conversely, if you're feeling like it's not
exercise.
really challenging you too much, then go ahead and move those feet back, all right? Elbows are in, hold, slowly coming up. Elbows are in, hold, slowly coming up. Are you
Begin set 4.
really isolating those triceps now? Hold, slowly coming up. Nice, ladies. Slowly lowering and hold. And exhale as you push up. Woo, almost there. Slowly lowering and hold. And exhale as you push up. Maybe this is our last one. Let's see, you're gonna hold. And exhale as you push up. Woo, maybe we got one more.
Stop. Exercise.
All right, great job, ladies. Shake out those wrists. All right, we are going to go to a wall sit next. Since I don't have a wall available, I'm going to use my pole here. But you're going to go to a wall with your weights if you like. All right, so remember with the wall sit, you're going to go as close to 90 degrees as you can with your knees.
Begin set 1.
If you have a knee issue, if you need to stay a little higher, that's okay. You're going to think about ab engagement here. And if you've got your weights here, we're going to add a little punch to this. Punch. Good. So, working the abs on this, working the biceps, working the shoulders. And if you don't have weights and it's enough to do the wall sit, feel free to drop the weights or just do without here. Nice, ladies. Shoulders should be down.
Stop. Exercise.
Abs should be engaged. We're going right through set 2. Close to 90 degrees as you can with those knees. And again, if you've got a knee issue and you need to stay a little higher, no problem. You should be really feeling those quads now. Nice. Little punch. Punch. Keeping those abs engaged. Head and neck stays in that neutral position. Woo! Are we shaking the leg yet, ladies? Shaking a couple legs. Woo! Almost to that break. Nice. Shoulders stay down. Good work.
Stop.
All right,
Exercise.
taking that break, shaking those legs out. If you're feeling like the weights are becoming too heavy with that punch, you could go ahead and do an arm curl, okay? which is going to be a little bit easier, depending on what weights you have. All right, ladies, double set number 2.
Begin set 3.
Abs nice and tight, punching and punching. Good. Again, you're keeping that navel pulled in. Working the quads, working the core, working the arms. Great compound movement. Nice, ladies. Again, if the weights are becoming too much with a punch, go ahead and go to an arm curl, okay? And that's going to be a little bit
Stop.
less
Exercise.
difficult. Otherwise, we're going through, we're pushing through, ladies. Set number 4. Woo! Nice work. Feeling those quads by now, hopefully. Keeping those abs
Begin
engaged.
set 4.
Excellent, ladies, we're doing it. Fantastic. Way to stay strong. Pushing through here. Are those quads shaking yet, ladies? Come on. We got it. You got this. We're almost there. Breathing. A few more breaths here as you punch. Nice. Seconds away.
Stop. Exercise.
Well done, ladies. Shake those legs out. Woo! Okay, we are going to go to a row here with your weights. If you'd like to make this a little more challenging, we're going to add a band right around your wrist. That's optional, okay? I'm going to do that today. So,
Begin set.
got your 2 weights. You're going to do a little bit of a hip hinge here, keeping that back nice and neutral, elbows by your sides, extending down and pulling back. If you've got the band, you want to keep tension in that band the whole time. Okay, it's just going to make it a little more challenging. Great, so you've got that upper back working, postural muscles. Good, shoulders are working, biceps are working. If you're pushing out, you're working the outside of the shoulders as well there. Great.
Stop. Exercise.
I think we're going to go through here. I think most of your weights aren't too heavy. So let's try and go through if we can, keeping that neutral back. Excellent.
Begin
Head and neck
set 2.
stays in that nice neutral position. And you are exhaling as you push back. Well done. All right, hopefully after the last exercise, we are feeling those shoulders. I know I am. A little double duty here. Pushing back, hold. Great. Thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together on that pull. Almost to that break. Well done, ladies. Nice.
Stop. Exercise.
Excellent. Woo! Shake it out. Do a couple shoulder rolls here. Forward and back. All right. If the band's too much, you can always lose that band. Okay? All right, so here's our little hip hinge here. Make sure you're not sticking your butt out here too much for a back arch. You're going to keep that pelvis tucked. It's just a small bend, keeping it back in that neutral position. Turn this way here. Pull. Elbows right by your sides. Shoulders stay down. Looking straight ahead here. Good. Focusing on those postural muscles, upper back, shoulders, biceps working. Again, with the band, we've got a little extra on that push out for the shoulders. Woo! Are we feeling this, ladies?
Exercise.
I am. Big time. Last set here. Pushing through if you can. Here we go. Nice. Woo! Feeling it? Oh, there we go.
Begin set 4.
Last set, ladies, for the row. And then we're going to do some more core work, a little more targeted core work. Excellent. Pulling back, shoulders are down. As you exhale, you pull back. Woo! How are those arms doing, ladies? Almost there. Exhaling. Fantastic. Really good, almost there, seconds away.
Stop exercise.
Nice
Switch to the
job.
next station.
All right, we are going to do a core exercise here standing. It's going to be a reverse wood chop. You're going to go down by your hip and come up. Those of you who are golfers or tennis players, this is a great rotational move. If you have a back that does not like rotation, you're going to do a side bend. Abs nice and tight. Call this arm a little teapot here because you've got your arm up. Abs nice and tight. Glutes nice and tight. And you're going to do a side bend. Okay? So here we go with the reverse wood chop. Up and hold. Abs nice and tight. Good. So you're going to do a little mini squat here, coming down by the hip. And if you can, up beyond the shoulder. Now you can limit this range of motion as well. You can stop here if you need to. If you've got a shoulder issue, no problem. But carrying it through if you can gives you that full rotation. Really working the abs again. Functional movement if you play tennis, golf. Let's do a couple more here. And then we'll switch sides.
Begin set 2.
Here we go. All right, down by the other hip. And up. Good. So not only working on the core here, but range of motion for the shoulders, down by the hips. Make sure on your mini squat that your knees aren't falling in, okay? So you're just pushing that butt back a little bit, keeping the knee in line with that second and third toes. Great. Outside the hip. Boom.
Stop exercise.
Let's do one more. Good. And if you're doing the teapot, you can go ahead and switch sides every time, or you can do 2 on one side. Just make sure those hips don't pop out on that. It's a small move, keeping those glutes nice and tight to protect your back. You should feel that side, okay? All right, back to wood chop or teapot, whatever you're doing. Both working the core. Thinking about keeping that navel pulled in as you exhale, going up. Again, feel free to limit this range of motion. If going overhead does not work, you can stop here, okay? Outside the hips, boom. Great. Nice, ladies.
Stop exercise.
Let's do one more. All right, switching sides. Coming down by the hip, let's go ahead and get started. This is our last set. I know you don't want to lose out on any time here. Working those abs, working the core, getting in that shoulder range of motion.
Begin set 4.
Nice, back by the hips. Exhaling. Should be getting that heart rate up too if it's not already. If it wasn't already here with this kind of swinging motion. Nice. Well done, ladies, almost there. Woo! Core is working. You are working. Great job.
Stop exercise.
Nice.
Switch to the next station.
All right, we're going to go to the mat next and do some bridges. If you do have a ball or a pillow to squeeze, I'm going to ask you to grab that now. So we're going to do some inner thigh work here in addition to core, glutes, and hammies. Okay?
Begin set 1.
So we're going to squeeze those glutes, tuck the tailbone, come up, squeeze that ball, shoulders, hips, knees all aligned. You're squeezing that ball to get those inner thighs really involved, and then you're going to slowly come down. Now remember with the bridges, you can always limit the range of motion, smaller lift, or if you've got a back issue that doesn't like bridges, you can always do a pelvic tilt, which keeps the hips down if that works better for you, okay? Holding, and slowly coming down.
Stop exercise.
Now, if you want to make it more intense on the hamstrings, on the back side of the legs, you can go on your heels here. And this set, if you can, we're going to stay up and just pulsing that ball. All right? And if you want to challenge your stability a little bit more on this, you can raise the arms up over the shoulders. We've worked the arms a lot, but with no weight, this is doable. And you're squeezing that ball. Don't let those hips drop, drop, ladies. Come on now, you're really squeezing the glutes. Hamstrings are working, inner thighs are working, making sure that navel's pulled in while you're breathing. Well done. Woo! Excellent. Inner thighs, glutes,
Stop
hamstrings.
exercise.
All right, taking that break if you need it. For those of you who want to continue with 2 legs, please do that. If you want a little more of a challenge and you're able to lift 1 leg, you're going to do that 3rd set. And you can keep the ball with this if you want an extra challenge, or you can lose the ball and try keeping the
Begin
ball.
set 3.
You're going to raise that leg up and you're going to keep that tension, squeezing the ball. Glutes nice and tight, hips are up. And if you want to make this even more challenging, you can add a little pulse here. Now again, if you're doing the 2 leg, you can either go up and down, or you can stay up and do the pulsing the ball, depending on what works for you. All right, what level of difficulty you want. Those of you doing single leg should really be feeling the hamstring and the glute on that working leg side. Woo! Keeping the core involved. Let's do 2 more. Excellent. Switching sides. Well done. Woo! Stretching that leg out if you need it. There's a little break for the hamstring. All right, here we go. Hips up. Double leg or single leg. Here we go.
Begin set 4.
Keeping those hips up. Small pulse. Like I just did that side, didn't I? Here we go. It's interesting how you identify that stronger side. You automatically go to that stronger side. So here we go. This is my more challenging side. Hamstring and glute working, abs engaged. Great work, ladies. Woo! Feeling it. Working that lower body, working those big muscles, or squeezing that ball, keeping those inner thighs involved.
Stop exercise and switch to the next.
All right, for the next exercise, we are going to do some band work. Now, if you're not able to do the band walking forward and back, this is going to go around your ankles, then you're going to stay here and do a clamshell, which is the band over your knees, on your
Begin
side,
set 1.
knee up and down. That's your clamshell. Those of you who are able to do something a little more advanced, if your knees are good, you're going to do a little forward and back on the balls of your feet, band agility. So, still working hips and glute here, same muscle group as the the clamshell. However, get a little more cardio here. Staying on the balls of your feet, nice and light. So you have the option to walk this, or if you're able, do a little jog here. Make it a little more cardio.
Stop exercise.
All right, we're going to keep going. How we doing, ladies? Woo! Keep going, forward and back. Working those hips and glutes, staying on the balls of your feet. Again, walking or
Begin set
slight
2.
jog. You're staying low to the ground. If you're doing those clamshells, you're going to do 2 sets on one side if you can, keeping those hips nice and stacked. Knee going up and down. Woo! Great job, ladies. Way to work it. You should be ready for that break. But let's really work until that break. Come on, it's going to be a well-deserved break if you really push through here. You want to feel like you really need that break.
Stop exercise.
There it is. I need a break. All right, second double step, we're going to do some side shuffles or side steps. If you're doing the clamshells, you're switching sides. All right, side step looks like this. Still staying low to the ground. If you're able to do the shuffle, you can add that shuffle.
3.
Good. So you're keeping that head and neck nice and even. I feel like you have a glass of fine wine on your head. You don't want to see the bouncing back and forth like this. We want to keep it all here working. Woo! Abs nice and tight. I like to get those arms involved. Just get that heart rate up a little bit more. Good. Nice. Keeping those feet nice and wide. Keeping that tension in the band. Woo! Legs should be on fire, ladies. Woo! All right, do we need a break? We're going to push through. Come on, here we go. You can do it. Keeping those arms moving. Stay Stay nice and tall to the chest. Shoulders are down.
Begin set.
Oh, last set here, ladies. Come on. Let's really get those hips and glutes. Woo! Keep that heart rate up. Small shuffle. Fall to your feet. Keep those arms moving. If you're doing those clamshells, you can add a little pulse. Stay nice and high. We are going to do some planks next on the bench today with a little variation. Hopefully. Come on, ladies, almost there. Woo! Keeping those arms.
Some exercise and
Nice.
switch to the next station.
All right, we can lose the band here. And, oh, my legs are on fire. Okay. So, for the planks today, those of you who are swimmers, we're going to do a little breaststroke motion as your plank option, plank variation.
Begin
So,
set 1.
We're going to start with a high plank here. For those of you who can't, if you can't do a high plank, don't worry, you come down your forearms. And you're going to have one knee come up and around. One knee come up and around. All right, breaststroke motion. If the plank is enough, you're going to just hold that plank. Glutes and abs nice and tight. Still getting a lot of bang for your buck. If you need more, and you want a little more of a challenge, and you're able to lift that one leg up, knee up and around,
Exercise.
knee up and around. Good. All right, taking a quick break if you need it. Shaking out those wrists. Second set, we're going to do that same thing with the reverse motion, okay? So, on your hands or your forearms, instead of coming knee up and around, we're going to go reverse motion back. So, straight out and around. Around and up and down. Good. All the while, you're keeping that core nice and tight. Shoulders are down. Head and neck in that neutral position. Woo! Well done, ladies. How are we doing? Great job. Abs are tight. Working the hip and glute again.
Stop. Exercise.
A lot of hip and glute work today. All right, shaking those arms out. We're going to go down to a low plank for this last one. Those of you, which means on your forearms, those of you who would like more of a challenge, we're going to go straight through and we're going to add a stir the pot. Feel free again to
Begin set 3.
hold that plank if it's enough, all right? Taking that break if you need it, all right? Stirring the pot looks like this. So it's just like you're drawing a circle in the ground, the floor, with your hips. Now notice I'm staying in the same plane. My butt isn't up like this. It's not moving up and down. It's just moving in a circle by virtue of me moving my feet. Okay? Awesome, ladies. Woo! Panels and set.
Exercise.
All right, only taking that break if you need to. I have a feeling most of you can push through here. We're on the bench. We're staying with that stir of the pot. We're switching directions if you are doing the stir of the pot. And we are really feeling those abs, ladies.
Begin set 4.
Arms are working, head and neck is neutral. Keeping the glutes nice and tight. Breathing throughout. Way to go, ladies. We are almost there. This is your last set. I don't want anything left in the tank after this. Let's go. Let's push it through. Keep those abs nice and tight. Squeezing those glutes. Woo! Almost there. You got this. Seconds away here.
Stop exercise. Your training
Well
is
done,
now.
ladies.
Please welcome
Great job.
to the
Woo!
training area.
Okay. For our stretch today, since we do so much hip and glute work, I'm going to show you the figure 4 stretch. Now, a lot of you know this. We do this on the ground sometimes, but I prefer doing it on a bench or chair if you have one. You're going to cross one leg over. You're going to keep your chest nice and high. Now, this may be enough for some of you just to stay in this erect position. If you need a little more, you can do a little bit of a lean. You're going to lean that chest forward ever so slowly. You feel that nice stretch in the hip here, okay? Great hip opener here. Woo! Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing into that stretch. Couple deep breaths here. Nice, let's do that other side. Bringing that leg up. Hips worked hard for you today, hips and glutes. Let's give them a nice stretch. Shoulders are down again, staying in that erect position if that's enough. Otherwise, if you can, lean just a little bit forward. And as with anything else, you'll find one side's a little bit easier than the other. So it's nice to do, identify which side is the weaker side, maybe work on that a little bit more. And you're holding. Couple deep breaths here. Nice, settling into that stretch. One more deep breath. Big inhale. And blow it out. Excellent. And then one more stretch since we did some other stuff on our hands today. We're going to do a little wrist extensor, flexor stretch. Arms going to be straight out. You're going to pull back on those fingers and hold. And then you're going to push down the other way. Okay, flexion and extension of the wrists. Helps to keep those wrists strong. Keeping the shoulder down. Breathing. All right, we're going to do the other side. Gently pulling those fingers back and holding, keeping that shoulder down. Exhaling into that stretch. Nice. Keeping those knees nice and soft. One more deep breath. Great. Let's bring those hand on hand the other way into flexion, holding. Shoulders stay down. One more deep breath here. Excellent, ladies, shaking out those hands. Well done. Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a great day. Be sure to get your cardio in today, okay? Drink lots of water. Take care.